So
y'all
edit
getting
all
paid?
this out.
I can feel paying y'all?
You can have it in the video.
Not if the niggas ain't paying y'all. You know?
They ain't paying. All right, everybody, this is G. Wayne Ogburn, and you are with Couchtalk1of1. Now, I have somebody in the studio with us today, people. I've been following his movements. Not just the movement, movements. He's a tattoo artist,
Yes, sir.
a philanthropist, I'm going to say motivational speaker,
Okay.
and we're going to call him a gym rat.
Okay.
We're going to call him a gym rat because he's all about health, wealth, and finance.
Yeah, man.
We're going to give it to him, everybody. It's my man Armani Trey Niner in the building.
Yeah, anybody can get it.
Anybody can get it.
Yeah, man.
Man, how we doing today, man?
I'm good. I stopped some shit to be here.
Oh, man,
And
we
I
appreciate
fuck
it.
with you. I love your establishment. This shit's super good. So I appreciate y'all having me here.
Man, we appreciate you coming, man. I'm a fan.
Respect. Hey, that's hard. That's hard because it's difficult for people in the hip hop culture to admit that they're a fan of somebody else that's doing something that's even ideally similar to what they're doing. So that's hard. I respect that.
Man, it's what you got going on. Like I said, it's not one movement that somebody like, man, I like that movement. Because it's not. Because you might be like, I'm tattooing today.
Yes, sir.
But in the middle of a tattoo, you helping out somebody else with an Instagram comedian with their videos.
Absolutely.
You spitting a little motivation.
Just information.
You know, just information.
Just
but
what I experienced. That's all. You know what I
But
mean?
people need to hear it.
Yes, sir.
You know, people want to hear certain things like that. They want to know what you got going on, what your world is like, you know, because they all look at us like we different than them.
Yeah.
But we not different. We just took advantage of our
The devil is a lie. That a motherfucker like me.
Let's go in it.
Nigga, people say, you know, it's confusing when people say, if I can do it, anybody can do it. What the fuck does that mean? Does that mean that you just the slowest motherfucker alive? Like you the most incapable person? So anybody can do what you've done? That's a motherfucking lie. It's never gonna be a person like me that follows me. I guarantee you'll never see another motherfucker like me. I am the anomaly. Now that don't mean somebody else can be a better tattoo artist. Every apprentice I take on, my goal is to make them better than I am. And to get better than I am faster than I got there. There will be other people that speak better than me. There will be other people, you know, clearly I'm ridiculously gorgeous. Not something I can do anything about. I didn't make myself. But, you know, it's going to be people that have a better fashion sense, a better so on and so forth. But not as a collective will there be anybody better than I am. You know what I mean? So when they think that we are different, you fucking right. Because if we wasn't, you wouldn't be watching me.
Right.
Yeah. So don't put yourself equal to anybody. That doesn't mean you're a better person. That doesn't mean that you are more morally sound or your ethics are better than theirs. But you are not the same. You feel me? And when you take more pride in what you've accomplished this way, nobody can ever say nothing bad to you.
Okay. So we're gonna start with the tattoos. I'm gonna save the good stuff for last.
Okay. Don't disrespect my tattoo career.
No, we not. Oh, we not. I've seen some excellent things.
Yeah. Hey man, why you got my motherfucking chair so low, man?
Oh man,
You trying to make me look like over here. My posture together.
Man, I've been watching you.
Yeah.
And it's like each tattoo you get better at. Whether it's the shading, the coloring, the thickness, the placement, you get better at. How do you practice it when you're not doing it on a person? What do you say to yourself like, all right, I did that tattoo, I killed it, but I can do better. So if you tell yourself that, how do you practice that?
That's perfect. That's a perfect question and perspective. But I think a lot of people, I get DMs and emails on a regular about people that want to start tattooing. And their first question is, how do I practice tattooing? I want to get this equipment and I want to practice tattooing. That's the most insane shit ever. You practice. So check, I explained to a lot of apprentices and potential apprentices, and this is even for you. If I put the alphabet here, right, and you know I draw it out or whatever the fuck, and I give you sticks, some curved and some straight, you know, and I tell you to make the alphabet, and you had never spoke this language before, right? Mm-hmm. You can make them. You can see them and put the lines up and make an A and a B and a C and so on and so forth. But if you didn't understand this language and I took them away, you would be fucked.
Right.
However, if I teach you the letters, teach you the alphabets, the syllables, what C and H sound like together, so on and so forth, and I tell you to make these letters, you can have sticks, you can use crayons, you can cut your finger and make blood, and you can do the fucking alphabet 1,000,000 times. So teaching a person artwork is way more important than teaching them the tattoo. Because once a person understands artwork, they can do it with any tool. Again, sticks, crayons, markers, whatever the fuck. When you understand artwork, you know, it is far beyond understanding how to tattoo. They can teach you motherfucking tattoo in 6 months. You know what I mean? You know, it's the understanding the artwork. So with that, I get better by focusing on creating. I create more. I study color theory. I study lights and darks and light refraction and transparency and you know and all the other structurally the things that make a tattoo or artwork structurally sound. A tattoo is not a specific thing. It's you're using the tool of a tattoo machine to create some artwork. So the artwork existed on a paper. So there's tattooists and then there's tattoo artists.
Okay.
A tattooist can do anything or in the capability of what they can see. A tattoo artist is a motherfucker that's an artist that just happens to tattoo. Yeah.
That's a whole nother perspective.
This is what I'm here for.
You know, that's a whole nother perspective because my thing is like, oh man, I'm going to get my tattoo. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm saying I'm going to get my tattoo artist. I'm going to my tattoo dude.
Nah,
you
don't do me. Don't tattoo man me. Don't tattoo guy. I'm a tattoo artist. Because I have canvas, I work on canvas, I work on, you know, photography. A lot of the portraits that I do of younger people are photos that I take of them.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So it just puts you in a different perspective. I work, like I said, I can draw on paint, I can draw paint, fucking paint, whatever the fuck, whatever it is. And with those, with these things, I'm just using different tools to do the same shit.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So it's basically put some respect on it. When
don't disrespect me. Don't play with your mama. Don't play with me. This is what I do for a living.
Anybody can get it.
Don't say my shit.
Oh, my bad. So, you know, it's like you said, you take on apprentices.
Yes, sir.
And you know, do you give them a certain length of time they can be under you?
No.
Do you set the standard for them?
No, that's bullshit. That putting people on a time scale is to say that I think you should work like this person. That's bullshit. It's like fucking grade school. Do you know what an idiot savant is?
No.
It sounds kind of terrible, but it's a real term. An idiot savant is like a Rain Man.
Okay.
Yeah. Or like you ever see a guy that they can take him and fly him over this area and he can draw the entire thing exactly how he sees. That's an idiot savant. It's a terrible fucking term, but they are ridiculously accelerated in one area and they are not so advanced in other areas. Rather, most particularly social skills and things like this. So, of course, that's an extreme case of it, but who's to say that this person is not a great reader? They're not phenomenal at comprehension, but not so well at calculating numbers, you know? Or their memory is not great, but on sight they are. So, understanding that about people would make me never put a time constraint on anything. You know, or anybody's learning or comprehension of anything. I had apprentices that I've been apprenticing for 6 months or a year, and they are phenomenal tattoo artists. And I've had apprentices who I would probably say the apprentice I'm most proud of is a woman, AMH, and she was apprenticing with me for 4 years. But now is her first professional year as a tattoo artist, and she's doing shit that I wasn't doing till year 4. You see what I'm saying? Okay. And she was not tattooing prior to. She was not drawing. She had never drawn anything before I brought her in as an apprentice. You see what I'm saying? So, but she had been immersed in the tattoo culture as she was around as a piercer. You know, okay. So it's just, there's no time or I don't expect anything from anybody aside from them doing their best. You know what I mean? And I can tell when a person's half-assed. You digging around with shit, go home. Go play with your mom, work at, Walmart, whatever. Go somewhere, it's fine. It's not bad. I just don't want to fuck around because I'm going to put everything into it. And then, without sounding like a douchebag or whatever, however the fuck you want to look at it, I'm a Monty Trey Niner. So if a motherfucker says they worked under a Monty Trey Niner, they're expecting equal or better results. So if this motherfucker comes out from under me working like, they can do whatever the fuck, that's going to make me like a fucking idiot. So I don't condone none of that, and I allow very little. You know what I mean? I'll fire a motherfucker in no time.
Sometimes you got to, man. You gotta get them out of the way.
As a business owner, you understand this, unless you're not a very good business owner.
Oh no, I don't play that. I don't play that at all. I got people that I put them in position with my clothing line. They get to half-ass, and I be like, man, I got it. You good. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's business is business.
You know, I hate when people say, like, if somebody says, excuse me, and you good, I fucking hate that. That has nothing to do with this. I just want to share that with you.
So, like I said, I've been following you. Mm-hmm. The movements that you had was just opening up to people.
Yeah.
Talking to people. Like my partner said, you were sitting in the car one day and you was just giving like jewels.
Yeah.
And some of your jewels, you gotta know wordplay so you can understand it. Some people might be like, I caught this, but I didn't catch that. Explain that. I'm like, then you need to go back and listen to it again.
Yeah, it's on Instagram.
Listen to it again.
It'll loop.
It'll catch it, but you say things that get people up. And if a person told me, man, I heard it, but I didn't hear it, go back, listen to it again. Yeah. Because what you're telling people is stuff they really need to understand and hear, whether it's business-wise, personal-wise.
And it's coming from an area of experience. Check. Get your motherfucking, this is where you push record right here. This is where you push record right here. In experience, this right here is what you can base your fucking life off of. Experience is the catalyst that transcends information into knowledge and wisdom. Without experience, information means nothing. All the time people hit me and like, what books do you read? I don't read books. I don't read anything. Everything that I tell anybody, everything that I've done has come from a vantage point of experience. You want to box, right? Mm-hmm. You want to box, so you read every fucking book about boxing. You read Mike Tyson's story, and Lennox Lewis, and Vander Holyfield, and Roy Jones, and all the way back to Marciana, and so on and so forth, right? And then you get in the ring, and you got to apply all these things to a nigga trying to punch you in your fucking teeth. Nothing in that book can save you from a nigga punching your fucking teeth in.
Not at all.
The only way any of that can make sense is when you get in that ring and you practice and you experience and a nigga rocks your fucking snot box and you like, okay, what I did right there didn't work. I want to not do that one. Put this in the box of don't do that when I'm doing these things. This is where experience will transcend information into wisdom and knowledge. Reading a book does not make you knowledgeable. Reading a book does not give you knowledge. It gives you information. Then you could be knowledgeable on a subject, but that does not mean you. It's kind of contradictory, but it doesn't mean you have knowledge because you have not experienced it. People read the Bible all the time. Here's where it gets sticky. People read the Bible all the time. But if you don't experience things where you have applied the way of living that you read in this book, what the fuck are you doing? You can read How to Be a Millionaire all the time. Every fucking book about millionaires. Millionaires say you should do this, and millionaires say you can do that. But you have not experienced it, so it will not be real.
Right. That's what it is. So life experiences equal knowledge.
If you don't listen to me, fuck Instagram, fuck YouTube, fuck Snapchat. Go and do something.
Apply yourself.
Go do something. Go fail. Go fuck up. Go and try something. You feel me? Yeah. Sitting on your ass, looking at other motherfuckers, you scrolling your dick away because you think that you gonna watch this video. You gonna find that one video that puts you on. Any motherfucker that said they saw somebody do something and then they did it and they were successful, they was already gonna do something. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You know who I hired the nigga that failed 1,000 times before I hired the motherfucker that was successful the first time they got it popping. That nigga's gonna keep working.
Of course.
Yeah. That's who you want behind you.
Work hard too.
That nigga. What? Because he failed before. But I was in the streets before I started tattooing. When I started tattooing, it was just, I think I'm gonna start tattooing. I was 24. Going to get a tattoo by a dude that's a great friend of mine now, Big, is just doing his tattoo on me. And he had an apprentice. His apprentice was 28. When you 24, a nigga that's 28 is ancient. This nigga about to be 30. He old as a motherfucker. You feel me? And this nigga working. And I'm like, man, this nigga's following direction. He's doing all this shit. I'm younger than him. I know I can get it popping. And so I started paying attention to shit, whatever the fuck. And I said, I think I'm gonna start tattooing. It was probably a week later. I think I'm gonna start tattooing. Bought a fucking bunch of equipment. But before I started buying this shit, I started studying lights and shadows, darks and color theory and all this shit to make myself more knowledgeable through experience to be able to apply these things to skin. Then motherfuckers just trusting me. You know, I'm tattooing niggas that I was rotating with, so on and so forth. And, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, here we are. But I was trying shit. I was doing shit before that. And after that, I've had a lot of businesses that were successful to some people, but not as successful as I would like for them to be. With that, I've never failed. However, in the things that I had not continued to do, I was not as successful as I would like to have been.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. See, everybody's broke is different, nigga.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm having a bad day, but this nigga was having my day. This be the highlight of his motherfucking year. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So in that term, I never compared myself to anybody.
Oh yeah, man. And that's good. You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, there's only one you.
I say you niggas try.
Nah, they ain't trying to fail.
What? That's all right. They might be successful. It being their version of me. See, the nigga trying to be me, the hole he throwing dick in don't know he trying to be like me. Come on, baby, this is church. And that's okay. And I would never spot that man out. I would never say no. I'm gonna shake that nigga hand just like I shake your hand. I'm gonna speak to him respectfully just as anybody else, even though I know what he's trying to be. That's all right, cause nigga, everybody gets something from somebody.
Yeah.
And the reason, only niggas that don't like me is niggas that ain't never met me. Some nigga that never met me and his whole follow me and say terrible shit to him about me, or a bitch that nigga she know a bitch I'm throwing dick in and she wish she was like her. Some shit like that. I mean, just random situations is what it takes for a motherfucker to dislike me. You know what I mean? And without that, it's not real.
Gotcha. So. We're going to, like I said, man, you do so much, it's hard to pick and question you about.
Come on, baby, you got me right now.
But it's like philanthropy. We're going to talk about that. Not giving knowledge, I consider as philanthropy. It don't have to be monetary.
I was definitely about to say that.
It don't have to be. Yeah. Knowledge is power.
Yes, sir.
Experience is power.
100%.
So when people hear you talk and like they're following us now, they're like, hey, he's experienced. I need to go experience something. Like, get up off your butt.
Go do something.
Like me, for instance. Man, I try to go running. I ain't ran in years. My calf started hurting. I'm like, man, I'm done. Then something, I was like, nah, man, I'm gonna go buy a bike.
Okay.
So I wouldn't sit down and revert back to doing nothing.
Yeah.
So I went and bought a bike.
You know what you should have done? Ran the next day. Because something was difficult for you, you didn't do it again. This nigga's crazy.
I was like, look, my mom was like, hey, I ran track so long, I'm cool up there. I'm going to buy a bike.
Sir,
do it.
Go tomorrow and run. I go to the gym almost every day, right? 6 days a week. The moment my trainer, Flash is my trainer. I am Flash Woods. He's insane.
I know
this nigga is a fucking scientist when it comes to these workouts. So when it comes to the knowledge, again, real knowledge, because he's doing everything that I'm doing. He's showing me how to do it properly physically with his body, watching it, showing me how to do it properly. So it's not from a perspective of you should do it like this or maybe like that. So when I'm working and the moment I do something and it's